Anyway, let's watch the marathon thing.
But we will be showing a little bit of a sneak peek on some of the stuff that we've been working on. Yeah, so stick around if you're interested in learning a little bit more about Marathon, and let's get to it. Awesome. So a lot of you might be asking,
What? Why did you just cross? So they had him up and talking, and then they crossfaded back to him. No concept art, like put. Oh my god.
the question, what is Marathon? Well, Marathon is our take on essentially an extraction shooter. And
Okay.
if you don't know what an extraction shooter is, it's a game type where you essentially go into a dangerous world, a world filled with essentially hostile mobs and players alike that are all sort of existing in that environment. And
We know what an extraction shooter is, but thank you.
a huge threat to you and challenge your ability to survive and get out alive. The goal of every session is to get out alive. And
yeah,
along the way, you're going to be completing quests. You're going to be finding loot that will either help you upgrade yourself or things that you can equip to yourself to make yourself stronger. If you get up.
Okay, I don't want to be mean. I don't understand why they put this out. This is doing, I'm a minute and a half in, and he's like, it's an extraction shooter. Yeah, we know that. It's on the website. And you get loot and you leave. Yeah, that's what an extraction shooter is. I don't want to be rude, but like this is not moving the needle. I don't know why they felt like they needed to release this. That's the big question I have. Like, why did you put this out? Why? It's not like, this isn't Bungie. Bungie is like, here's a super polished thing. Here's the high level of Marathon, and here's like why we're excited about working on the new project. They deleted the old one because I think they fired of some of those people or whatever. This isn't for shareholders either. This makes no sense to me. I don't understand why this video exists.
All that loot is yours to keep. If you don't, you will be losing all of that, and someone else will be able to take that from you. It's an intense game. So in that sense, we like to say it's a game that's not for everybody, but if you are interested in sort of having that intense survival experience and having a game where the stakes really matter and you feel like they're challenged to survive in a really, really harsh and interesting world, then Marathon's just right up your alley. So,
okay, I'm sold. Wow, chat. I'm super sold now. I've seen absolutely nothing of the game, but Joe Ziegler told me it's an extraction shooter. I'm being rude. I'm being mean. This is a very weird video.
Hopefully that sounds appealing to you. The other thing to note about Marathon as a game is that we give you a lot of different tools to do a lot of different things inside the game.
Great.
There's a ton of loot that you can find.
Okay, what kind of different tools? Show me the tools. Can you show me concept art of the tools? Can you show me concept art of the world?
There is weapons, there's equipment that you can equip to yourself that changes your stats or gives you sort of tweaks some of the things that you can do inside of the game. There is utility consumables that are sort of like items that you can use inside of the world, like things that are like mines or like grenades. There's also consumables that help you sort of heal yourself and give you utility in that sort of way. But beyond that, there's also this other layer that is what we like to call our runners, which is sort of the template by which you equip all that stuff to. So each runner has like a small subset of abilities.
So it is a hero extraction shooter. Like Lars Bakken's working on this. Lars is like a multiplayer genius in the gaming space. I don't know what to say. This is 9 minutes of him. Oh my God, they show a piece of concept art. They show some concept art 8 minutes in. Okay, look, I'm a video producer by trade. This is not how they should have done this. This should have been a 2-minute long video, very high level, talking about, hey, and we just want to give you a quick update on Marathon. Here's why it's cool. Little sizzle. Like, get them into it. Why did they make it 9 minutes? We have grenades and equipables. Okay. Yeah. You can get different kinds of guns. Got it. It's an extraction hero shooter. Okay. Well, I mean, it's the first time they did confirm it's a hero shooter. Let's keep going.
And on top of that, you get to customize however you want. Thinking about sort of what you want to accomplish inside the game, you might equip different types of gear to your character, to your runner, and then go on those runs with that gear in mind. Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways a run can unfold inside of our game with all those different pieces. There's also a lot of different sort of objectives and things like that that exist inside of the game. But of course, every single one of them comes with its own risk. And the risk is always present that if you don't get out alive, you will lose the things that you have on you.
Guys, this is bad. I'm sorry. And I know somebody in chat said I'm being overly critical. And I was like, okay, Destin, try and be a little bit more positive. But the more he talks, the less excited I am about Marathon. This is from Bungie. This is a video produced and released by Bungie. Bungie is known for Vidocs. They created the Vidoc format that everybody stole. Everybody copied them because it's a fantastic format. This video just took 3 minutes and 21 seconds to explain that it's a hero extraction shooter where you can equip different things like grenades and get different guns.
A little bit about the world of Marathon. Our game is obviously set in the IP of Marathon, which is one of Bungie's classic IPs.
Okay.
I think the first game released in 1994, so it was quite a while ago. But what we're doing with that world is we're taking a lot of the familiar elements, especially a lot of the things around the mysteries and the kind of eeriness and sort of like the, how do I put it? Like the psychological kind of creepiness of the entire IP as it exists before. But we're layering on some elements that we think really help modernize it and also bring it to a new story that we can sort of, and new world that we can sort of like continue to update and delight all of you with over the course of time.
This isn't the video you release as like your first piece of content. This is like you're in year 2 of your game and you want to have a direct conversation with the community who's really upset about something. This is something that one of the directors on Destiny did where the community was super concerned about the lack of focus on PvP, right? He went out, I don't remember who it was off the top of my head, but it was one of the main people on Bungie. He went out in front of the community, said, hey, we hear you loud and clear about the multiplayer. Here's some of the stuff we're working on. This is really early. And I was like, oh, this is really, really cool. But Destiny's been out like a decade. So that's a game that has been out for like 10 years. Yeah, it was Joe Blackburn, right? You don't do that for a game. Nobody knows what the hell it is. I have no clue what Marathon is. I have no context. And you put out a 4-minute long video where you told me that Marathon is about Marathon, no kidding, and that it's an extraction hero shooter.
Where are we at right now in terms of making this game? Well,
here's 2 pieces of concept
art. For the past couple of
art.
years, we've been doing a lot of aggressive change to the game, and we've been iterating pretty heavily.
And I feel bad for him because, like, he clearly was told to make this.
And during that time, we've been testing with a lot of players like yourself, also with creators. And so it's sort of insanely.
What? He said something they had to edit out? He said something here they had to edit out.
A lot of players like yourself, also with creators. And so it's.
Chat, I'm going to re-edit this video and make it good. That's how much I don't like it. Marathon is the exciting new IP coming from Bungie Studios, acclaimed director of games like Destiny and Halo. It's blanked on Halo for a second. Marathon is our new extraction shooter. It will be hero-based with customizable heroes you can make your own. Every match you'll need to make count. Like, I just covered off on every single thing he said in 10 seconds. add some music behind that, have a music bump like da 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 da, boom, Bungie logo. Like, this just ain't it. Sorry. And it's not about him. Like, I just want to be clear. I'm hope it doesn't feel like I'm like being mean to him. I just think you are like the number one in terms of producing awesome stuff about your video games. What is this? You got an edit in the middle of one of your statements?
Sort of insanely awesome, and I'm filled with gratitude when I think about it, because there's so many people who've just contributed by telling us, hey, this thing sucks or this thing is great, in a way that really has helped us diagnose, analyze, and shape and shift the game.
I'm doing it. I'm going to do it right now live.
Where the game is at right now, there's a variety of different things at different states inside of the game. Some things are a little bit more complete, like our environments are starting to come together in a really, really beautiful way. Some of the character models we've been iterating through, so they're coming together, but they're not fully there yet. Our enemy models are still kind of a little bit in an early state, so we're still iterating through and making those things land in a strong way. And a few of the items are still kind of coming online. So it's a little early to show you all of it as one piece. But as you've noticed, like as many of you are familiar with, if you're familiar with game development, all of these things are on track. They're not all together, but when they all do come together, we really, really are looking forward to showing you what that looks like, especially in play. Having said that, let me give you a sneak peek of a couple of images you might have been staring at that kind of exist in the background behind me. One of the images that is going to be showing up on your screen is of a runner that we have in our game. Its code name is currently Thief, which might give you an indication to how it plays inside of the game. If you notice, the character's sort of creepily peeking around a corner in sort of that quiet moment before she makes her move. This is like sort of like the theme of that character in a lot of ways, and should give you a hint as to what kind of gameplay that character is going to be driving from.
Here's what I wrote. This is a runner, codename Thief, to give you a hint on how it plays. This stealth theme plays out in how you can match with their skills. All right. Skills at your disposal. So here's what I got so far for the script. All right, Marathon video. Marathon is the new game from Bungie, behind the hit franchise Destiny. And that's all. That's like everything he said. Sorry.
I'm trying to avoid giving away too many of the details, but there's a lot of exciting ones.
You told us nothing.
And we've been testing this character recently, and I will say there's a lot of hilarious stories that come from it, but also very, very crazy moments that this character contributes to the game.
Okay.
Then the other image we're going to show you right now, which you're going to see on your screen, is that of a character we codename Stealth. This runner is obviously a stealthy type of runner.
Oh wait, what
Stealth.
Is it?
This
Stealth?
runner.
So
is
one is thief,
obviously
one is stealth.
A stealthy type of runner, and
So oh my god. Our codename Stealth Runner is a stealth character.
Sort of stealth. This runner is obviously a stealthy type of runner, and they sort of are in that space where when we talked about deception as a
our next runner we've codenamed Stealth, shrouded in
runner, they sort of are in that space where when we talked about deception as a runner utility trait, they really embody it, and they're really hard to pin down, and you can see that they have the tools to stalk the battlefield and show up in ways that allow them to kind of take advantage. So I play this character actually a pretty decent amount. Can't say that I want it to be stronger, because it's probably a little strong right now, but by the time I get it to all of you, I'm sure it'll be in a good place. Yeah, so that's it for some of the previews we have.
Are you kidding me? So here,
hopefully it's just a little bit of a taste and moose-bouche, if you will, of content that we have before we reveal a lot more for you in sort of the midst of 2025. speaking of 2025 as well, like we said before, we've been really iterating with our players. And so in 2025, we're going to be expanding our playtests a little bit wider and wider. We're looking to add a significant amount of players to each of our milestones as we're going forward. And some of these big inflections are opportunities for you all to join us. We'll definitely let you know when that happens. But if you're interested in following us or learning more or sort of keeping up to date with all the updates that we have, definitely one of the ways you can do that is wishlist us on the storefronts that exist, whether it be Steam, on Xbox, or on PSN. All of them have wishlist buttons. If you click that, it will help us know that you want to learn more about the game, and we can sort of send information your way. Well, thank you all. I just want to say a lot of different things, actually. I have so much gratitude right now that I don't know if I could fit it all in this video, but what I will say is that
I am shocked
thanks
they put this
to
out.
the team. The team has done an amazing job, and they continue to advocate incessantly for...
Okay, I've just rewritten everything we learned in this video. Marathon is the new game from Bungie Studios, the team behind the hit franchise Destiny and the minds behind the hit franchise Halo. In Marathon, we will explore the storied history of our universe. Taking control of one of our heroes, you will be tasked with entering into an arena, getting loot, tackling objectives, and getting out before someone or something gets you first. Today we're revealing the runner. This particular runner is codenamed Thief, which should give you a hint on how it plays. This stealth theme plays out with the skills that you'll have at your disposal. Our next runner we've codenamed Stealth. Utilizing deceptive tactics, they're difficult to pin down, and that gives them an edge in battle as they implement unique attacks. We haven't revealed much about Marathon thus far, but expect more from us in the coming months, with 2025 marking a more open playtest to the world. Stay tuned and sign up on marathon.com for more info and wish lists on Steam, Xbox, and PSN. More details coming soon. Okay, so
all of you.
I just said everything he said in 30 seconds. That's everything we learned about Marathon in this video. We learned that it's an extraction shooter, and we learned that there's two heroes, and they showed 2 pieces of concept art. That they have grenades? I don't feel like that's particularly interesting. Yeah, did I miss anything? They have equipment.
To make sure that the decisions we're making aren't holding back what you all care about. And every day there's endless debates focusing on what is the right way to continue to proceed to engage this game with you.
Okay, well, so the game... Never mind.
Our goal is ultimately to make a game that all of you feel like is worth spending your time, and because time is so precious, like spending your time on and really, really finding the fun and finding that storytelling space where you create the memories that you want to. Second of all, thank you all for actually following us. I mean, we do this all for you. And so the interest that you show in sort of engaging with all of the content that we've created, with sort of wanting to learn more about our game, really fuels us on a daily basis. So I just want to say a very heartfelt thank you to you all. And we're excited to engage with you more in 2025 and beyond as we sort of bring this game to all of you to play. So thank you so much.
Guys, that was not a good video. I love Bungie. Let's read the comments. Oh, this will be good. Here's what the commenters got from it. Oh, it's doing that stupid thing again where it's like, I can't fix it on YouTube. TLDR, 2 screenshots of Thief and Stealth characters, probably a closed beta in 2025. That's correct. Yeah. This isn't much of a dev update, as a reminder that the game exists, maybe. I hope there will still be runners aesthetically more similar to the androids from the first trailer. Please don't make the characters hero adjacent. I'm exhausted with hero shooters. I don't know what that is. This is a bot, right? Don't envy this guy. He's stuck trying to salvage other people's mess. This is a rough video. I don't think they should have put this out. I think it's very bad. Here's another example of somebody putting out a video where they're talking about the game. We're going to look at the Path of Exile 2 video now and how that announcement was handled.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, game director on Path of Exile 2. Unfortunately, I have some really bad news. We have to delay early access for 3 weeks. The new date is the 6th of December.
This is a game where we've seen a ton of gameplay for it. People are excited about that. Everyone's been talking about Path of Exile 2, and he's breaking bad news, and you can tell he's genuinely upset that he has to break this news to the audience. I think this is already a vastly better video.
I'm really sorry about this one. People plan time off and things like that around our launches, but we just have to do it. So what happened? Well, it turns out it isn't really the game itself that we're behind on. It's a bunch of server-side infrastructure work that has taken us a lot longer than we expected. Now, one of the key promises we made is that all your microtransactions will work across both PoE 1 and 2. In order to do that, we have to integrate the account systems for not only PoE 1 and 2, but also for the console realms as well.
Got it.
This meant changing a lot of things. Not only do we have to create a bunch of new systems, we have to make sure that all the old data is backwards compatible with them as well. And when you start migrating databases that are this old and with this much data, you find all sorts of strange demons in there.
So like what's really interesting is like you compare and contrast that with Marathon. So Marathon, he's literally talking about something we have no context for. And this guy, he's talking about a game that has like years of history, and he's explaining, hey, we got to like do data infrastructure to make sure like we don't screw this up so that your items actually transfer over well. Like already a vastly better presentation.
How do multiple accounts get the same name? How do multiple accounts get the same email address?
Some of the
How do multiple
challenges
accounts
they're
get the same
tackling.
Steam IDs? Why is this person's account name just random gibberish that doesn't even decode? We have to get everything perfect so that nobody loses anything they paid for,
Yeah.
and nobody has their account broken. At the same
Oh, you're delaying it because you're worried about negatively impacting me? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Sounds like you're making a good decision here.
time, because we're changing all this backend code, we have to do a lot of load testing to make sure the whole thing doesn't fall over when they get the huge number of players that we're expecting at launch. I actually believe that we could possibly have made the original launch date, but I'm no longer confident we could do it without making mistakes. And these are the kind of mistakes that we just can't let happen.
We can't make a mistake on
decided
this.
to delay.
We're
Now,
delaying.
this one's totally on me. I just didn't leave enough time
It's
to make
my
sure we could get
fault.
it done. And I'm really sorry. This one really hurts. Now we're going to be having a live stream talking about all the content you can expect in PoE 2's early access in about 4 weeks. You can think of it like the biggest league announcement we've ever done. I'm really looking forward to telling you guys about the in-game content that the team have been working hard on. Until then, thank you very much for your support.
That's perfect. We're delaying the game. I'm sorry. This is my fault. Here's why I made the decision to do that. Here's why we can't mess it up and why it's important for you that we get this right. Again, this is my fault. This isn't on anybody else. This is on me. I'm sorry. We want to get the launch of Path of Exile 2 right. Thank you. Great. And it's also 1 minute, 52 seconds long. It's 1 minute, 52 seconds long. Like the Marathon video is 9 minutes long to show us 2 screenshots and tell us nothing about the game. Nothing. It's crazy. Bungie, you are the best in the business when it comes to producing compelling media about the properties that you're developing. Don't do videos like this. This video is not a launch window video when you've shown nothing. Thanks for watching, everybody. I do greatly appreciate you hanging out. Thank you so much to the members. If you want to become a member and support this channel, you can do so by clicking that join button right down there at the bottom of the screen. You just click join and you can see details. You can support at whatever level. It all supports this channel. And before I go, check out this video that I'm going to link to. It's probably related to the thing that I'm talking about. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.